There are moments in human history when the world seems to pause, not because of war, but because awakening is about to be born. More than 2,000 years ago, at the foot of the mighty Himalayas, in a small and quiet kingdom called Kapilavatthu, an event took place that did not shake thrones, yet would forever change the inner lives of millions. This is not a story of power, not a story of conquest, but the beginning of compassion, wisdom, and liberation. In today's video, we return to that sacred moment when a gentle mother carried a child in perfect purity, when nature itself responded, and when a human being was born to show the world a way out of suffering. Listen closely, not only with your ears, but with the heart that longs for peace. Beneath the towering Himalayas, rising high into the clouds, lay the small and ancient kingdom of Kapilavatthu, endowed with beautiful and majestic mountains and rivers. It was the ancestral homeland of the heroic Sakya lineage, who had settled there and founded the kingdom since the time of King Okaka III. The reigning monarch was King Suddhodana, and the queen was Mahamaya. Mahamaya was the younger sister of King Supabuddha of the neighboring kingdom of Kolya. The two lands separated by the Rohini River. King Supabuddha, in turn, was married to Amitabhamita, the younger sister of King Suddhodana. Thus, the bond between the two kingdoms was as close as skin to flesh, as lips to teeth. Mahamaya was wed to King Suddhodana at the age of 16. She possessed the 5 kinds of beauty and the 64 auspicious marks of a noble woman. Her disposition was gentle, soft-spoken, dignified, kind-hearted, and rich in compassion, qualities born of the accumulation of param over 100,000 past lives. From that distant time onward, throughout successive rebirths, she had always upheld the 5 precepts in their entirety. Her younger sister, Pajapati Gautama, shared the same marital destiny and became another queen consort of King Suddhodana. Yet, despite their maturity and age, neither woman had borne a child, and the king had long grown weary with longing for an heir. On that day, as was her custom each morning, Lady Mahamaya rose very early, bathed and purified herself, and on the proper days at the beginning and middle of the month, she observed the 8 precepts. When the drum from the ancient citadel sounded the end of the 3rd night watch, it was the signal that she was fully prepared. Accompanied by her attendants, she mounted her carriage and set out beyond the city walls, traveling to distant villages and hamlets to perform acts of charity. This was the great joy of the queen herself, an undertaking that King Suddhodana wholeheartedly encouraged. The king even silently vowed that perhaps, through such meritorious deeds, the exalted celestial beings above might take compassion upon them and grant them a son. Queen Mahamaya gave generously, at times fruits and vegetables, at times robes and garments, at times bedding and blankets, at times medicine, at times rice, maize, cassava, or yams, or even gold and money. With a heart full of compassion, she gave alms amounting to as much as 400 million gold coins each day. Though those dewdrops of kindness could not moisten the vast desert of human suffering, they nonetheless brought cool relief to the humble grasses of lowly and fragile lives. On a certain day, after she had given away the very last coin, as if touched by some sacred communion, the queen felt her heart filled with an unusual sense of peace and ease, a gentle joy suffusing her entire being throughout the day. That night, she lay down and gradually entered a magnificent, serene dream. As her 4 elements settled into peaceful sleep, The four great heavenly kings, lofty and radiant, descended from the sky and escorted the queen's royal couch to lofty, snow-covered mountains. With solemn reverence, they placed her upon a rock 60 yojanas high, beneath a solitary 100 yojanas tall, near the crystal-clear Anotada lake, and then respectfully invited her to bathe. Graceful, celestial maidens came forth to welcome her, guiding her steps upon fragrant white lotus blossoms. When all was complete, they adorned the queen with heavenly pearls, precious jewels, and celestial flowers, and then invited her to rest within a palace made entirely of silver. To the north, a mountain of pure gold shimmered dazzlingly. From it emerged, with slow and dignified steps, a great white elephant, magnificent in size, bearing 6 tusks, like 6 arms, reverently cradling a fresh white lotus, still glistening with morning dew. The noble elephant circled toward the east, moved down toward the south, let out a mighty trumpet, and then circumambulated the royal couch 3 times on the right before entering the queen's right side. Thus, the great Bodhisattva, the celestial prince Setaketu from the Tusita heaven, descended and took rebirth in the womb of Queen Māyā, the future mother of the Buddha. At dawn, while the air still lingered with fragrant sweetness, the queen awoke, feeling extraordinarily radiant in spirit, her mind pure and uplifted in a wondrous way. Upon hearing her recount the dream, King Suddhodana immediately convened the royal court and summoned 64 Brahmins skilled in interpreting omens to deliberate upon its meaning. After listening, all the Brahmins prostrated themselves in joyful reverence. One of them spoke aloud in a clear, resounding voice. "Indeed, this is a supremely auspicious dream, O great king. The queen has conceived a being of extraordinary and noble character, a convergence of the sacred energies of mountains and rivers, of sun and moon, such as appears only once in countless millions of years. This is a divine blessing, graciously bestowed upon your majesty by Brahman himself." King Suddhodana was filled with profound joy. He bestowed generous rewards upon the Brahmin sages and ordered the royal physicians to remain constantly on duty to attend carefully to the queen's health. The 4 great heavenly kings, having received the command from Sakka, Lord of the Devas, took turns standing guard, each holding a jeweled sword, protecting the queen continuously throughout the full 10 months. From the moment the great Bodhisattva entered the womb of the Buddha's mother and took form within the maternal body, as he gradually grew, he caused the queen no discomfort whatsoever. On the contrary, her health became stronger, her body cooler, her mind more peaceful and at ease. The unborn child rested serenely within her womb like a golden statue enshrined in a jeweled cave, seated in the lotus posture, facing forward, entirely unlike an ordinary being. And so, as the days passed, birds singing, flowers blooming, leaves unfurling fragrance, green shoots budding like jade, moonlight clear and winds gentle, auspicious clouds drifting lightly, everywhere within the purple palaces and golden halls, joyful music floated softly, gentle laughter and harmonious voices surrounded the queen, as if adding further favorable conditions for the coming birth of a transcendent being. When the full moon day of the month of Vesakha arrived, in accordance with the customs of that time, the queen requested permission to return to Devadaha, the capital of the Kolya kingdom, her maternal homeland, to await the moment of birth. Swift horsemen were immediately dispatched bearing King Suddhodana's message to King Supabuddha. Announcing the day of the queen's departure, the people of both kingdoms rejoiced at the coming auspicious event. Spontaneously, they repaired roads and bridges, cleared streams and pathways. Households hung lanterns, arranged flowers, and raised banners of 5 colors, brilliant, lively, and festive beyond measure. That day, the sky was clear, and the breeze gentle. The queen stepped onto a flower-adorned palanquin, attended on both sides by court maidens. Queen Pajapati Gautam, along with her trusted attendants, mounted other splendid palanquins. The procession set out in grandeur, escorted at the front and rear by 2 ceremonial honor guards of the royal household, fully arrayed with bridles and saddles, uniforms, weapons, and gleaming armor, solemn and majestic upon their war horses, carefully protecting the royal entourage. Passing through the gates of the resplendent capital, the procession moved toward the outskirts. Along both sides of the road, the people cheered, tossed flowers, and sprinkled water in joyful celebration. When the procession reached a sala forest belonging to the Lumbinur Grove, located at the border between the 2 kingdoms, the scenery appeared extraordinarily beautiful, and Queen Māyā ordered the procession to halt. At that moment, the entire sala forest burst into bloom, out of season, displaying brilliant blossoms amid fields of lush green. Queen Māyā felt her heart grow light and serene as she strolled about. How wondrous it was! The air seemed steeped in fragrance. Countless birds rose as if in song. Heaven and earth, trees and leaves, grasses and flowers, all appeared clear, radiant, smooth as velvet, luminous as jade, reaching a great sala tree, where flowers bloomed from trunk to crown, woven together like a brocade carpet. The queen gazed upward. Flower-laden branch extended outward, its blossoms large and richly colored, and the queen raised her hand to grasp it. Suddenly, the branch bent down of its own accord and gently rested upon the palm of the queen. At that very moment, Queen Māyā went into labor, and the court ladies hastily drew the curtains. The great Bodhisattva was born in this sacred instant. He emerged from his mother's womb as gently as a master of the Dharma stepping down from the teaching seat. At that very moment, as if striking a hidden and mysterious cosmic gate, the 3 realms of heaven trembled as one. The great earth quaked, and the waters of the 4 great oceans surged upward, roaring through the vastness of space. Celestial music arose. Heavenly flowers rained down. Brahma and the Devas, throughout the 3,000-fold world system, gathered in joyous celebration. From the blue clouds descended 2 golden dragons, releasing twin streams of fragrant water, one warm, one cool, to bathe the great Bodhisattva. 4 great Brahma deities from the pure abodes stood at the 4 cardinal directions, spreading a finely woven golden net to receive the Bodhisattva's body, preventing it from touching the ground. Softly, they spoke into the ear of Queen Māyā. "Rejoice, O Queen. This infant will become a peerless being in the world, unmatched in wisdom and virtue throughout the 3 realms and the 6 planes of existence. He is the Supreme One, beyond all comparison." As these words ended, the 4 great heavenly kings raised a jeweled parasol and unfurled a soft silken cloth to receive the child, then entrusted him to the court maidens, who carried him upon a dukula silk cloth. Suddenly, the great Bodhisattva stood upright and walked 7 steps toward the east. From the earth arose 7 lotus blossoms to support his feet. 2 celestial beings attended him on either side, bearing the 5 royal insignia of a wheel-turning universal monarch. The great Bodhisattva raised one hand toward the sky and pointed the other toward the earth, proclaiming the following verse: Aggo hamasmi lokasmim seto jeto anutaro ayamantima mejati nati dani punabhavoti, which means, I am the foremost among all beings in the three realms. I am supreme, unrivaled, beyond all comparison. This is my final birth. There will be no more rebirth for me. The scriptures recount that at the very moment the great Bodhisattva was born, due to the accumulated perfections, param, cultivated over countless incalculable aeons, there also appeared 7 other beings who were born simultaneously to serve as supportive conditions for his future attainment of perfect enlightenment. Thus, on the full moon day of the month of Visakha, in the year 623 before the Common Era, in the city of Kapilavatthu of the ancient Sakya kingdom, situated at the northwestern frontier of India, in what is now Nepal, at the foot of the majestic Himalayas, within the Lumbini garden, a prince was born who would later become the teacher of teachers, the guide of guides, the greatest spiritual master the world has ever known in human history. He was Siddhartha of the Gautama clan. His father was King Suddhodana, and his mother was Queen Māyā. After interpreting the signs surrounding the infant, the ascetic Asita, foreseeing with certainty that in 35 years the child would become a perfectly enlightened Buddha, spoke these words to Queen Māyā: Your Majesty, both devas and humans are deeply grateful to you for having born and nurtured a great being, a supremely extraordinary incarnation. You shall truly become a Buddha mother, in fulfillment of the great vow you made in countless past lives. Your merit and virtue are vast beyond measure, containing a power so immense that the coarse, heavy body composed of the 4 elements of this world can no longer sustain it. 7 days from now, Your Majesty will relinquish this physical body and be reborn as a male deity in the Tusita heaven. Then, 42 years later, when all conditions are fulfilled, your noble son, the perfectly enlightened one, will ascend to the heaven of the 33 to teach the Dhamma in repayment of the debt of maternal nourishment. There, Your Majesty will attain the noble fruit of sainthood and will never again return to this world of suffering. Indeed, exactly as the ascetic Asita had foretold, 7 days later, Queen Māyā fell neither ill nor into suffering. With a gentle smile, she departed from the human world and was instantly reborn in the Tusita heaven, where she was known as Mayadevaputta. Oh, how rare it is for anyone to possess sufficient merit to become the mother of a Buddha. The chronicles further record that in many Jataka tales, she had already been the mother of the great Bodhisattva, such as in the Alanatsita, the Katahari, and the Kurudhama, by virtue of a vow she had made at the feet of Buddha Vipas, 91 great aeons earlier. Queen Māyā's life was not long, nor was it marked by power or conquest, yet it became the quiet ground upon which an awakened one entered the world. She did not give birth to the Buddha through desire or ambition, but through a life of inner purity, through patience, generosity, moral discipline, and compassion, practiced quietly, day after day. Even through years of silent longing, she allowed no bitterness to settle in her heart. The deepest lesson of Queen Māyā's life is not found in her sacred dream, but in how she lived long before that dream ever came. Blessings are not created by asking, but by goodness repeated consistently, without expectation without witnesses. It was this steady kindness, lived in silence, that created the conditions for enlightenment to arise. And when her role was complete, she left this world early, without resentment, without clinging, with a gentle smile of release, as if to remind us that some souls do not come to stay, but to plant a seed of awakening that will guide generations long after they are gone. If today you are living quietly, doing good without recognition, offering love without applause, remember Queen Māyā. True virtue does not announce itself. Time and cause and effect will speak for it, and often it is the most silent lives that become the foundation for humanity's greatest transformations. If this story brought you a moment of peace, please like, subscribe to Little Buddha, and share it with someone you care about. It might be exactly what they need today.